How's it going, everyone? I'm Jim. This is a second stimulus check and a second stimulus package update. Well, guys, it's official. The HEROES Act has been passed by the House. This new $3 trillion bill provides tons of aid and, of course, more stimulus checks. We're going to go over a few things that happened in the past couple days, where we are with this now, where do we stand, and what happens next. If you're new here, welcome. I cover anything to do with finance, investing, entrepreneurship, so if you like money, if you want to build your own business, if you want to be more efficient with things in your work or your life, or you just want to be updated on this kind of stuff, then definitely go ahead and subscribe and help me reach my goal of 2,000 subscribers. And don't forget to smash the like button, as it greatly helps out with my video and my channel tremendously. I greatly appreciate it. So you've probably heard that a second wave of stimulus and many other things have been proposed by the Democrats, included in a $3 trillion bill. Now that bill was set on Friday to be presented to the House, and it did in fact pass. This is great news, guys, but what happens next? What happens from here? How does this thing become real? Okay, I mean, it's important to keep in mind that this is not a guarantee yet. The House is step one, and that's great. But after that, it's got to go through the Senate, and the Senate's going to dissect it and break things down and maybe make some changes here and there, and then it's got to go through the president. And it's only when the president signs off on something that it becomes real. So we're at stage one, which is the House. It passed. Step two is the Senate, and third is the president. So the support for this new stimulus, the HEROES Act, is constantly growing due to the economic situations we're facing right now caused by the Rona. I mean, just last week, additional 3 million people, new filers, have filed for unemployment. Our total is 36 million people right now, and economists and specialists, they didn't see that coming. Like, they thought it was going to be big and bad. They projected about 2 million people for last week, and it's actually 3. So the number's still climbing. It's climbing like a few million every single week, and it's pretty scary. Now, this number, sadly, is going to continue unless the country reopens, right? It's going to continue to grow and grow as time goes on unless we do something about it. But it's those signs like that which call for more stimulus, more aid. Those are the things that cause growing support for aid and stimulus. Now, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics also reported a 14.7% unemployment rate. And this is really bad. Economists keep warning us of a deep global depression if this continues to go at the rate we're going at. And it could be worse since the Great Depression, if not possibly surpass it. So as time goes on, things are going to get worse, and that calls for more stimulus, right? But we've been hearing about that for quite a while now, right? I mean, let's break this thing down here. The first CARES Act was passed in March, the end of March, right? And the stimulus checks didn't roll out until mid-April. Still, it's mid-May now. People are still without their stimulus checks. So basically, we're at this thing about 2 months now. The only thing that's been sent out are those checks, and a lot of people still haven't gotten those. I mean, there are millions, tens of millions of people without that. So when we say as time goes on and things get worse, we'll get more aid, but are we really, though? I just feel like everybody's stalling right now, okay? It just seems like we're never getting there, and I don't know why it's taking this long. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And the reality is, guys, until a bill is presented to the president and he signs off on it, then we're not getting any more stimulus whatsoever. Let's just go over a quick recap, guys. This way I can catch you guys up to speed in case you don't know already. Now, we all know the first wave of stimulus checks were $1,200 per adult and $500 per child up to 3 dependents, okay? This time, the second time around, it's $1,200 per adult, but it's also $1,200 per child or dependent up to 3 dependents, which means the max household could get $6,000. And what's interesting with this one is that it applies to illegal immigrants as well. This new proposal does not allow debt collectors to take this money from you. So say you owed back on child support or you owed any other kind of debt or whatever, debt collectors cannot take this money out of your account. It's yours. That didn't happen with the first wave. And back to the immigrant thing, this is retroactive for them. So if this does go through, then that means they'll get paid for the first wave as well, which means they would then upfront get $2,400 per adult and $1,700 per child. Now, this bill also includes $200 billion towards hazard pay for essential workers, okay? This is gonna give you guys a bonus of up to $13 an hour, up to $10,000 if you're still working as essential workers, right? And the kicker is here, guys, this is retroactive from January 27th. And on top of all that, guys, this would extend the unemployment benefits boost, right? That extra $600 a month. It would apply that until the end of January 2021. Now, the Democrats are really pushing strongly for this and want more funding like right now. I mean, we need it. Americans are definitely in need. The Republicans, however, are not yet ready to implement what they're planning to do. And just to clarify what I meant by that, guys, is they are in favor for stimulus. They're just not ready as far as time-wise goes, okay? And they're also not in favor for exactly how the Democrats have proposed this new bill, because it goes way beyond than just more stimulus checks. And if you guys want to know about all the other proposals that are out right now, then go check out my video at the end of this video. I'll have it at the end screen, and I'll link it down below. You can see I did a full breakdown comparing all the proposals. So where do we stand with all this right now, right? Well, I mean, as it is now, we know that obviously it passed the House, which is step one. And step two is to go to the Senate. When is that going to happen? Now, we're not really sure on a date yet, but Republicans has said before that are in the Senate have said that any more aid packages, if they come, they will not come until after May 25th. May 25th is Memorial Day. So after that recess, that break, we probably won't see anything till after then. Why? I don't know. But regardless, that's the end of May. And the deal here, guys, is these things take so much time. They take weeks to put together, weeks to propose it. I mean, if we're at the end of May, if you're saying that now, you may as well say June, okay? June, by the time a proposal gets submitted, it passes the House and the Senate and the President, that's a month. Easily a month time right there. And then on top of that, you gotta wait for these checks to go out and get to you. Remember how long it took for the first round? People are still waiting on those things. It's taken weeks. Even if you cut that time in half, you're still looking at July. And that's, I'm all for this, guys. Like, I'm not shutting this down at all. I'm being honest here. This is the way I see it. It's clear as day. But regardless, even if the Republicans get a chance to look at this by the end of the month, they'll probably push back strongly against it because they're not for it, right? They're going to push back against it and probably work with the White House to come up with their own stimulus plan instead. Even if the Senate does pass the HEROES Act, it will still have to go to the president, and he will have to agree and sign on before it becomes a real thing. Now, that may not be so easy because Trump has made it very clear that he is not for this particular bill. He said, quote, "This will be dead on arrival." He said he's not in favor for this, and the one that they come up with, meaning the Republicans, I'm assuming, is it's going to be done in a much better way. What he means by that, I don't know yet, but I know he's got a plan, right? Now, it's important to note one thing here, guys, is the Republicans aren't 100% against stimulus aid or whatever, more funding, okay? All right, the issue is they're not for this particular package. And I think there's a couple different reasons on that. But number one, first of all, they're concerned about timing, okay? Everything's about timing with them. Just pumped in $3 trillion into the economy. We got to wait and see what the effects are. We got to measure this. But at the same time, people do need money right now. And if we were to open the country tomorrow, say, and everybody went back to work, lives would go back to normal, but not 100%. Things would get going again, and people start making money, and things would start to fix itself slowly. And I do understand that a lot of people will be permanently out of a job for quite some time. But you got to start somewhere. So the Republicans do want more stimulus. They've made that clear. Just not in this form. Okay, Mitch McConnell has referred to this as another big laundry list of pet priorities. The problem is, I think this bill's too big. There's too many things involved in it. Okay, right now we need funding for small businesses and we need funding for people. I know this bill proposed $1 trillion in state and local government bailouts, but that's a joke, okay? I mean, what are they gonna do with that money? They're gonna pave the roads with it? And Trump is highly against that as it is because he doesn't believe in bailing out states that were poorly managed and ill-prepared and did not budget accordingly to be prepared for something like this. So that $1 trillion get-out-of-jail card, to me, I think that would go a lot further in the hands of the people. Give everybody more stimulus checks, more funding to small businesses, because without those two things there, those are two key factors to the success in our economy. Without those, we have nothing. And on top of that, there's the $3.6 billion budget in there for starting up a mail-in voting service. That's what the Democrats want. It's like, we already have a voting system, and they're pushing really strong for a new type of voting system, which there's a lot of issues with having a mail-in service like that, right? But who knows? I just think another $3.6 billion, again, could be better off in the hands of the people right now. For those reasons alone, guys, I don't see this thing passing the Senate, and I could see them coming up with their own plan for another stimulus package, right? And something like that, I think, would focus more on the people and small businesses rather than focusing on giving money to illegal immigrants and coming up with a new voting mail service, right? And other things that are just not priorities right now. And on top of that, Trump said he will not sign anything unless it includes a payroll tax cut. So we'll have to see how things go from here on out. I think this week is going to be a busy week. Not on their terms, I guess. I don't think they're going to be up to anything, but there's going to be a lot of talk going on. So I'll be sure to keep you guys posted as time goes on. If you made it this far in the video, then that definitely means you like the video. So make sure you show me that you liked it, hit that like button, turn that button blue. Also, stay updated with all my current information. Definitely want to hit the subscribe button and turn the bell notification on. This way, when I post, you'll get notified when I upload a video. And I post videos every single day, so you definitely want to come back and see what I got to talk about. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, then leave them in the comments below. I love getting your feedback. I love knowing your guys' opinions. And if you have any questions or suggestions, leave it down there too. I read and respond to pretty much all of them. With that said, guys, I wish everybody to stay safe and healthy during these crazy times. If you're still waiting on your stimulus check, or you're still waiting on, unemployment or Social Security or other funding, just hang in there, guys. Be patient. It's on its way. You'll get it. Good things will come your way with time. Just got to hang in there and stay strong, okay? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'm Jim Letus, and I hope to see you on the next one.